Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
and we are here. Let's give them a little rundown of what we do and how this goes. So we do our What Would You Do segment first. If this is your first time here, we do our What Would You Do segment first. And then we do our Let's Sip on That. That's our celebrity relationship news. Then we do Beauty and the Beast. That's where we give you a health and wellness tip, whether it's mind, body, or spirit. And then we do our final thoughts to let you out of here. So stick around for all of our segments. Lamar, how was your week?
It's going good, busy. Coming out of the last week, I was traveling in Boston, so coming out of that. So just doing a little bit of work, but
Yeah. So you got your stairs done?
Yes.
Yeah, they look nice. I like them.
Yeah.
Very nice. They did a good job.
Good job. It's coming together.
That's good. Yes. I mean, good workers is hard to find. Like quality work is hard to find. So I'm happy about them stairs. So, my week been crazy because I don't have a car. I didn't hit something on the road. My radiator done busted. It's going to cost me a small fortune, but I'm here. I'm happy. I'm in good spirits. So, and I'm here with you because I missed you last week.
Yes.
I know. So if y'all didn't see us last week because Lamar had to work. And sometimes we got to do that. And I'm not hosting with nobody else. See what happened to Jess on The Breakfast Club. You saw that?
You know what? I watched Corey Holcomb, and I kind of he doesn't like her very much. And he was talking about she had a segment, and they let somebody. She went on maternity leave, and they let somebody do her segment, and she did it better. So
right. So this other girl, Lauren, who was a journalist who went to school for journalism and all of that, sat in for her. Well, Jess suggested that she sit in for her. And then they like her better. I'm not saying they like her better. They just like that. They like the journalism aspect of it. But I said this earlier on their post. I said they didn't hire Jess for journalism. They hired her because she's a personality.
Correct.
Like Wendy Williams and her, she already had a following. So them bickering back and forth with each other because the network, the station, who's ever running it, they should have had a sit-down conversation with them and said, hey, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go in another direction. Both of y'all are staying. But to come to work and think that your job is on the line and to come to work and it's not flowing the way you want it to, because sometimes Lauren talks over her. So one time she had to tell her to shut up.
Dang.
Yeah. So
it's getting hot like that.
Yeah. So my thing is this. Do your own thing. Why y'all fighting over The Breakfast Club? Go start your own show. So Jess has a huge following, like with sponsorships and brand deals and things like that. She could listen, girl, go get your own money. So anyway, for my TikTok people, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm on another angle tonight because I don't have my laptop because my laptop is at my niece's house and I was supposed to go pick it up, but my car had to be towed. So I'm stuck in my house with no laptop. And this is what we're doing, but that's what we got to do. So, so we're going to get on with our program tonight. And let's get to our first segment, and that is, what would you do? So to you guys in the chat and you guys who are on TikTok, come over to the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. Y'all was real vocal on TikTok talking about the swinger thing. I didn't know so many people were swinging.
It's levels to it.
We're gonna leave it alone for right now, but we're gonna retouch on it at the end of the program. But we want to get to our viewers' questions because I had a few people that checked me that said I didn't get to their question.
Okay.
And I had to tell them, like, these questions are coming in order, so we answer them in the order in which we receive. So fall back. So it was a few of them that I really needed to get to because they kind of old. But since our people asked, we're going to answer.
It better be good. They're doing all that. It can't be trying to check nobody. You're coming up with these vanilla scenarios.
They want to know. They want answers. They want help and they want answers. So please put your answer in the chat of what would you do if you were in this scenario, and we'll read it and share it with the person who sent this. So you better be on. So let me get to our first question. And y'all know I can't see without my glasses. My husband wants to get a new truck. We just paid off his old truck that he's had for 4 years. It runs well, has no problems. We are finally getting in a good place financially. And believe me, it's been a struggle. I just quit my second job a few months ago. Our youngest is in her last year of college, which we've been paying out of pocket so that she has no student loans. Now he wants to add more debt. I am totally against any big purchases right now. He says it's not up for debate. That is totally unfair to me as we are approaching retirement age. I do not want to struggle in my later years. This really makes me question him, his judgment, and the strength of our marriage. What are your thoughts?
Try to meet somewhere in the middle. If he wants it right now, ask him, can he just postpone it for 4 to 6 months? And then go from there and try to put away a little bit of money and go from there. I mean, there has to be a compromise on both sides. He wants it, you don't want it. Meet somewhere in the middle. Just come up with a timeline, 6 months, a year, or something like. Just tell him to hold on a little bit and kind of just what she just said. Be honest with the financial struggles. You just quit your second job. I mean, just say this. I'm not saying you can't get it, but just give us a little grace period.
Listen. When somebody says it's not up for debate, that's already a problem. He's already made up his mind. No, seriously, he said it's not up for debate. He's getting a truck. So my question to her is this a deal breaker for your marriage if he goes out and buys this truck? Y'all are close to retirement age. Where are you going? Don't make a big argument out of something. I would tell him, if you get this truck, that's your responsibility, because I'm not struggling during my retirement. So maybe this is a renegotiation of the way you guys handle your finances. So if y'all putting everything in a pot together, which I hope y'all are because y'all married,
right?
And he decides that he wants this truck, that doesn't come out of what's in the pot. You got to handle that truck on your own. And if you want to get another job to handle it, because I quit my second job. Nobody wants to struggle, Lamar, in the older years. And I think for myself right now, learning a lesson in my older years of just getting a truck 2 years ago, that's a dummy move. If ain't nothing wrong with your truck, it's like these smartphones. If ain't nothing wrong with your iPhone 14, why are you getting a 16? Because it's a 16. What, you want to be ahead of people? And what's the reasoning for it? If his truck is fine, is he keeping up with the Joneses? Is he trying to impress somebody? Is there something going on? I would have these conversations of, why is it so detrimental to you to risk our retirement fund to get another bill when we can use that money for traveling? We can use that money to upgrade our home if y'all own the house, because we can invest in the house because we're going to get a return on investment. I will have some real conversations with him and not tell him what to do. This is one thing I learned about men, and Lamar, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Men would much rather have a suggestion than to be told, you ain't getting no truck. This is a dumb idea. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly. Perfect. So, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like I said, there has to be some type of compromise on both. So like you said, let's postpone it. I mean, I mean, just listen to each other. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't seem that hard to fix that one there.
It's hard if they've been struggling. And I said this before. One thing is certain, women don't want to struggle. It's financially. That's like one of the biggest stress in our life. When we have to struggle financially, we are stressed out. And this woman has been stressed out for her daughters. She said their daughters in her last year of college, and they've been paying for that. And she's finally able to quit her second job. So this woman's been struggling. That will break your marriage up.
But I mean, what kind of man lets his wife go get a second job and you don't have one?
Maybe he does. She didn't say he didn't have one.
I'm gonna say, like, that'd be a little weird to me. But yeah, it sounds like they're climbing out of the hole, and he likes being in the hole. So
I think that he thinks now, and I could be wrong, ma'am, but I think that he thinks now that the daughter is done, and that money doesn't have to be allotted to that anymore, that he can allot the money to a truck now, because he couldn't get his truck all this time.
True.
Now he's probably wanted a new truck, and he couldn't get it because y'all putting your daughter through college. And now he's like, whew, a bill off the table. And I get what you're saying. Let's not put another bill on the table. But he's thinking, now that we don't have to pay that, I could take that $600 or $700 or however much for that truck and put it toward that. So again, I would tell you, do not tell him what he ain't gonna do, because that's gonna make him go do it to prove his manhood to himself. So I would say, can I make a suggestion? And like Lamar said, can we think about this for another 90 days? And don't say months. Say, can we think about this for another 60 to 90 days? And then we can go look at some trucks and see how that works. And let us know. But don't tell him, because she probably told him, you ain't getting no truck. We just got out of the hole. You know, this is how we be talking to men. We just got out the hole. You think you're going to go get a damn truck? I ain't getting no truck. You know, you're not responsible. So if it's probably how you said it instead of easing on in it. So we wish you well. If you just tuned in, you're tuned in to Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is our What Would You Do segment, where we answer our viewers' questions. If you have a question, you can send them to us at info@newunationnetwork.com, info@newunationnetwork.com, or you could just simply DM me, but DM Lamar, and we'll get back to you. So let's get to our next question. Doot. This woman on my job who befriended me when I first started about a year ago. We've become pretty good friends, and we've shared a lot of past relationship talk. She knows I've been hurt by not only my kid's father, but quite a few men. I've been single for 5 years. She recently disclosed to me that she is bisexual and would like a shot at dating me. I'm a straight woman, I think. I've thought about trying it. It couldn't be any worse than dating men, could it? Yes.
No, I mean, yeah, but first off, don't date your coworkers.
Period.
Don't listen. You know the thing. Do not shit where you eat. If this doesn't work out and then both of y'all work together and somebody's got to quit.
Second of all, don't be befriending people. Let people befriend you on your job and telling them all your business. If this woman did not know all your business. Third of all, listen, either you are or you're not. Like, because you've been hurt by men and you disclose this to her, she's working on your vulnerability. She really is working the angle of, hey, men ain't no good. Come over here and try this. And you're now questioning what you are and who you are. Because she said, I am a straight woman, I think. This person already done got in your head. She already got in her head.
I said like this. So the statistic is by 20.
Lamar, she already got in her head.
By 2030, 50% of women will be single and never to marry.
That don't mean we gonna go bump coochies.
No, I'm just saying, but it just means that there is going to be an abundance of single women. So there ain't a man for every woman.
Yes, it is. Don't believe that, ladies. Ladies, don't believe what Lamar is saying to y'all. I promise you.
Some of y'all gonna be scissoring.
No, we not. No.
Why you throw yourself in there?
No, y'all are not. Listen, if you are straight, be straight. If you not, then you not. I'm not judging anybody's lifestyle or walk, but this woman has gotten to your head because you have, in a vulnerable moment, trusted somebody that already had an ulterior motive. Because she already had an ulterior motive when she was sitting there listening to you, because y'all then disclosed a whole bunch of stuff about your relationships. Y'all then got close. And she's just telling you she's bisexual. She had a plan. She was roping you in to love her and like her, because as women, we love our friends. We love our girlfriends. Now, if somebody is stroking you a certain way, you're going to think about them a different way. So, ma'am, she was already manipulating you. And like Lamar said, don't you date nobody on your job. Even if you're going to go over to the wild side and try something else, leave that alone. Leave her alone, because she ain't.
Yeah, that one stops with the coworker things.
Yeah, don't do it. And don't question your sexuality. Do you know who you are? Don't you? Right? Like, I know I'm a straight woman, and I done been hurt by men, but that did not change who I am and what I am, because I was sure in the first place. So, ma'am, Keep it moving. We're going to get to our next question. Don't be messing with nobody on your job. It's already going to be a problem because
Yeah,
y'all ain't going to make it.
yeah. Don't do the job thing.
And another question for her. Have you done work on yourself? Because we always have to think about we're the common denominator of failed relationships. It's a hard thing to think about, right? If you've been hurt by several men, she knows that I've been hurt in my past relationship by my kid's father, but quite a few men. Not only my kid's father, but quite a few men. Quite a few men. You're the common denominator. Have you worked on yourself, or are you the same person you were with the quite a few men that you're going to bring into a relationship with this woman, only for her to get to know you on a different level? Friends and intimacy, even with men and women. When you cross that friendship line, you're going into a whole different rough waters of what's to come. So be careful what you wish for, ma'am, and pull your whole entire life together and tell her we friends and that's it. Don't ever do that again. You tricked me. I don't like it. She tricked her. She tricked her. It was trickery. She knew from the beginning that she was attracted to her.
So if she didn't disclose that she was bisexual in the beginning, and then she waits to after she heard all her problems, and then she it does sound like a pouncing type of situation.
Yeah.
But again, this whole thing stops. Do not date your coworkers.
Stop period. It. Point blank. End of story. We're gonna get to our next question. We flowing tonight, Lamar. We flowing. My wife has totally checked out in the bed. My wife had totally checked out in the bedroom. Now all of a sudden she's back into it. Not only that, she's extremely freaky now, doing things she never done before. I've been observing her behavior over the past few months. She's dressing up more, working out, cut her hair in a short style, wearing makeup and other things. She seems to be super happy. I asked her what's up with the big change. She's acting like nothing changed. I went to her job to surprise her for lunch. Lo and behold, there's a new guy on her job, and the energy was weird. I made a comment to my wife. Now I see why you're dressing up. She says I'm bugging. My wife blabs about her job gossip, but never mentioned him. Am I bugging, or is she suspect?
Yeah. That's a lot of changes that he's noticed. So
she's suspect. Let me say this as a woman. When we start to dress up and do our hair, something has changed in the environment that has encouraged us to dress up and do our hair. And most of the time, it's a breakup. But y'all are not breaking up. So we know it's not that, right? Because me and Lamar talk about this all the time. Why I got to take a breakup for you to do your hair and go to the gym? So most of the time when a woman starts to do things to enhance herself, I'm saying most of the time, not all the time, there is something that has piqued her interest. And we see what it is. Don't be no fool.
So do you think she's acted on it?
I don't think she acted on it, but I think she wants his attention. And it's
so if she's having more sex with him, she's being more open, and we don't.
Wait a minute now. See, now you done made me think because she's doing new positions and stuff. I always believe if your man come home eating different stuff, like he ain't never ate something, he come home and he start eating sunflower seeds, like sitting in front of the TV all of a sudden. He done been at somebody's house sitting in front of the TV and sunflower seeds. That's my thought. Like, when you start eating sunflower seeds, like what? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Let's have a conversation. Seriously. Like, when people, especially, and men too, men have told me this, when our routine changes, something has either been added or you about to be taken away. Something has been added or you about to be subtracted, because when routines start to change in drastic ways, I'm sorry, she probably smelling good, doing her hair. And if you noticed this drastic change.
I'm just trying to connect the dots on the more sex, and I'm with you on the dressing up and the haircut and things of that nature, but he's getting more sex at home and she's being freakier. So I don't know where these two kind of marry up. I don't think she's cheating. She might want to, and she might be fantasizing and being with old buddy, being with her husband. But if he said the energy was bad when he met him, listen to your inner voice, my man.
Yeah, where she get new freaky moves from? That's my question. My husband better not be coming home with no different freaky moves, because I'm gonna be like,
let me flip you over here. He'd be like, hold
wait,
on.
wait, where that come from? Hold up. Who showed you that?
Somebody showed you something.
Who showed you that? When people start doing different moves in the bedroom, then you know something's up. Like, and I'm not saying that she's not watching porn or something else to enhance or where she sort of move at, but most of the time it's because they experimenting with somebody else and they trying to get it at home, or she's trying to throw him off so that he don't ask no questions of, but she threw him off by doing it more.
Hey, listen, I say like this: if you can keep up with me and have somebody else on the side,
what?
Hey,
stop talking crazy.
I'm just listen. You learned a lot about me 2 weeks ago, so it's like,
so your woman can have another man.
It just depends on how old I am. I know when I was dating 20 years plus, I knew that was going to be a thing. I knew it was. I knew it was. I'm 70 years old and she's 50. Yeah, I'm not. There's going to be zero interest in that. Only thing I'm going to be looking for is where's my dinner at?
Oh no, at 70?
Yeah.
Nah. If you take care of yourself, you're still going to be.
But I'm not going to want to be having sex the way I do now at 52.
Well, you ain't gonna have no 52-year-old woman, ain't you? Gonna have somebody your own age that y'all start to slow down together.
I want nobody my age. I need 10 years younger minimum.
But still, even if you're 70 and she's 60, she ain't gonna be out here looking for no man.
That's true.
As long as it's 10 years.
She'll be dried up too.
Oh, yeah. 60.
We both be dried up together.
60, menopause. Menopause will be menopause.
Full effect. Erectile dysfunction, full effect. Check all the boxes. We done.
Menopause.
We better like each other by that time.
Yes, it will be. Yeah, 60 and 70. You still be wanting to, but it'll definitely be 2 times a week.
Yeah.
And everybody be happy. Now, if you 20 years younger, you're gonna have a problem. So you stick with the older women again, like when you get up there. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. If you are on TikTok, go on over to YouTube and meet us over there. And put your comments in the comment box if you are on YouTube. And if you're enjoying this, there's a button at the bottom of the screen that says thank you. Click on the button and bless us. And we appreciate you. So we're going to get to our next question. And it is, my woman's baby's father keeps popping up at her house whenever he feels like it. He also thinks he can call all times of the night. He's even stayed over a few times for the kids, in quotation marks. She acts like she's scared to address it and forbids me to say anything. She keeps saying I'm overreacting and leave it alone. Granted, their kids are 19 and 21, and the 21-year-old is already out of the house living on campus. How should I handle this?
Break up with her? Are you crazy? Like, leave her alone, man. She is playing you like a sucker, dog. 19 and 21-year-old, you staying over? Would you? Bye.
Walk away. One, this is my thought of why a person would not address their child's father and calling late and coming over when they want to is because they're still involved with each other. And she may be afraid that he's going to say something to him like, man, it's still I do what I want. It's still my girl. Like, what? You ain't tell him? So she tiptoeing around the tulips because she's still heavily emotionally involved or physically involved. And I believe that if he's staying the night.
Just start and stop there. They are 19 and 21 years old and their daddy is still staying over randomly. Yo, man. That's blinder than Stevie Wonder, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Just well, I'd say walk away at
Walk
this
away
point.
from that, dog. Like, get out of there.
And I don't know how long they've been seeing each other, but there would be a final conversation from me if I was on, and I would be like, if he coming over and all of this, then you don't want to address it. Bye.
You had plenty of chances to do the right thing. You didn't do the right thing. Leave. Guys got to learn how to stop making excuses for bad behavior, because she ain't gonna make excuses for your bad behavior.
No, if his wife, if it's if them kids is coming over,
she ain't going for that. She is, man, and men are just, well, you know, I couldn't take it. Man,
she
hell
probably
no.
cute. She probably cute. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, stop. These will betray you, men. Stop it. The prettier the woman, the more bullshit you put up with. Stop it. It's like, man, like, dude, I'm telling you, but it gets easier. The first pretty woman that you tell to go away, then you can do it all the time now.
We don't want you to tell all the pretty women to go away.
I'm just saying, you just won't tolerate bad behavior. You won't tolerate disrespect. Why does a man have to talk to his woman about doing the right thing with her baby daddy?
Because he like her.
Hey, man,
and you, what about you always talking about give him a grace period? Now you talking about just cut her off.
No
grace period for her?
No.
See, that's like a double standard, though.
No, I mean, I always do this. Put him in that scenario. His baby mama, she would not be going for that. So take that same approach.
I wouldn't. I would be like, what?
But it's gotten so far now. Just leave.
Yeah, I say let it go.
You done put up with way too much. You know, you should that should have been the first time it happened. You've been like, hey, this is over with.
Either she pretty or she laying it down.
Probably both.
Yeah.
Then both your heads is messed up.
Let it go, bro. Let it go.
Can't think straight.
We got two topics I want to talk about. So we're going to that's our last question for the night. And we're going to get to our celebrity relationship news. But if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you would like to advertise with us, you can send us a message at info@newyounationnetwork.com. info@newyounationnetwork.com. Please, only if you're serious, send us a message and we will discuss advertising your product in between our segments. You can sponsor a segment and people will get to know you, and we have your people. We have the eyes that you want right here on the New You Nation Network. So we're going to get to this right here because I really want to hear your opinion on this, Lamar.
Mothers felt they should have become my wife purely due to pregnancy. And I told them I would not make a lifelong decision about who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with purely based on pregnancy. I said we can continue to explore, to date. I would like to move in with you. We have to learn more about each other before we decide to spend the rest of our lives together. And they arrogantly said it ain't going to work that way. I need to be your wife, and I need to be your wife now. Had they been a little bit more patient and humble with me, either one, they would have became my wife. I don't know if they know that. They know it now because they're going to see this. Right. If they would have just been a little bit more respectful of where I was coming from, they would have got married. I would have married either one because they were the mothers of my daughter.
So this word always just baffles me. When did we continuously that it's acceptable to put the cart before the horse, that everybody's keep having these kids but nobody's talking about marriage? And I get it, you're gonna have accidents, so we'll say 20%, you know, this and that, but I'm 53 years old. I wanted to have a kid, I made a kid, and I've had relations with enough women. It can be done, guys. You don't have to have a baby before you get married. And I don't really want to hear anything Dr. Umar got to say after that. If you can't control your penis, man, what the hell are you going to tell me, dog? Because you can't tell me nothing. If you can't control who you get pregnant, there's nothing else you can tell me. So,
and how you going to knock black men for dating outside of their race, yet you knocked up 2 black women and wouldn't marry them and have the audacity to say I gave them an ultimatum that I would live with them, but you knocking other people how they want to run their life with snow bunnies and all these other things that you're saying, and you're saying that these women should have moved in with you out of wedlock, and you would have gave them the honor of marrying them because they humbled themselves and were patient with you. That is the most backward thing I ever heard in my whole entire life. That they thought that they should just be your wife because they were your daughter's mother. Why wouldn't they think that? And why would you think that they should let you move into their house? And you talk about all this black love and all this African power when you just sat there and disrespected two black women by telling them just because you had my child doesn't make you worthy. And he said, I'm not going to make a lifelong decision. What's more lifelong than having a kid with somebody?
But he did it twice. you did it twice. There was a raw dog champ, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
what is a more lifelong decision to make than having a kid with somebody? Nothing. They say that marriage is until death do you part. No, having a child with somebody is until death do you part. And that's the truth. Nothing else until death do you part. You are going to be forever connected to your wife, your ex-wife, until your daughter or you're no longer here. I'm going to be forever connected to my children's father until I'm not here anymore, he's not there, or my children. That is a lifelong commitment. And you're telling these women, I'm not just going to make a lifelong decision because you want me to. What? Yeah, that just blew me away that he is out here really yelling and screaming and telling people what they should do when your backyard is full of dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can't, once I poke holes in your stuff and I can't trust you, dude, I can't trust you to not get somebody pregnant. How am I supposed to listen to anything else you say, man? You have zero self-control in that area. So
yeah, and zero credibility. But I just found that so weird that they are blasting him all over the place and nobody's holding him accountable for the lack of respect that he actually has for black women. But he's talking mess about black men who date outside their race. Like, you ain't doing no better just because you date black women if you ain't treating them good.
This is as backwards as the 50-50 thing. And it's right. These things get perpetuated through social media. It's like, you guys will have a kid with somebody, but you won't marry him. That makes no sense. Like, and
you're trying to talk about uplifting the black community and keeping black people with black people, but you just turned off a whole bunch of black women from that statement that you made, that ass backward statement that you just said, Lamar. You just turned off a whole bunch of black women of why a lot of black women are turned off from black men, because you think that you're supposed to get my body, my temple, without a commitment to me, and then say to me, the reason why I didn't marry you is your fault. That is the most gaslighting, narcissistic I ever heard in my life. Had you been more patient and humble and waited for me and respected me, I would have married you simply because you were the mother of my children. But you said in the beginning of it, you would not have married them just because they were the mother of your children.
But you looking for these qualities in this woman to make your wife, but she's okay to be the mother of your child?
Yep. So if you just tuned in, you tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you just missed the clip, go back and watch the replay, because we're going to get to our next clip, which is, I love this clip right here. You tell me, like, this is going to be good too.
For you, Jonathan, you found love with actress Megan Good. And I read that y'all got married yesterday. You's a married man. You's a married man. What had happened here? You got to tell me about this day.
I said to Megan yesterday, I said, Today might be the happiest day of my life. Yeah, I love that woman so much. So how did it happen? Well, I asked her father first, right, in Paris, if that was all right. He said, that's cool. My mother's a pastor, and she came to the premiere, the LA screening.
Yeah.
We had told her that, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and we did. My mother married us yesterday. Her mother was there. Yeah. Her mother was there, and yeah, we had these rings, and we got them engraved in Hawaii. But after I spoke with her father again.
Yeah.
And we finally got to do it, but it was always a plan, you know. So
Wow.
yeah.
Listen, you know what I say about actors, man? They different people and they wire different. And when nobody talk about neither one of these people, now they're back in the media. Pay attention.
I have to just say this. This was my point from when I watched that when a man says he wants to marry, they got engaged a couple months ago. It doesn't take 2 to 5 years to actually have the wedding. No. And he said something else. He said his mother was there and her mother was there. It wasn't no whole celebrity People magazine planned out on an island. Nothing. It was his mother and her mother, and they got married. And we don't have to wait, ladies, whether they celebrities or not. My point is, when a man asks you to marry him, there should be a wedding date on the table, because y'all already done went through the process of knowing, do I want to marry you? Do I want to marry you? Once you say yes, if you want to have a decent sized wedding, this should be no more than 12 months planning that. And y'all should be married in 12 months. But so many women get engaged and they don't realize that a man just gave you a ring to shut you up. This man married her. Like, we married, and I hope it lasts. And it's hard. Like you said, Lamar, it's hard being a married celebrity when everybody's in your business. And I love that they went and got married off the grid, because there could have been a lot of money in that for them. Do you know how much TMZ, People, all of these Essence, all of the New York Times, all of these people would have paid a lot of money to have the exclusive pictures of their wedding because of the way that they got together. Remember, he was going through all of that court stuff.
Is this her third?
Second.
Okay.
This is her second.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they get it right.
I hope so. But again, I'm just like, sometimes, you know, you just do it after you've been through, like, and he said a lot of stuff on it. He said, this woman has seen me at my worst. She's seen my behavior at my worst. And you always talk about this. You need to see somebody in all of these seasons of their life. Like, it's always roses and the honeymoon phase when you first meet somebody, and 2 years pass and y'all are still rosy and everything. But she didn't see this man go through a case. Like, and he didn't see her stick around. Of course, everybody was like, what's wrong with her?
True. I mean, yeah, she caught him at his lowest.
Yes.
You know, so he is, I mean, I hope it works, because he's been vulnerable, because he almost lost his whole career. Right. You know, and then she stuck by him. So
zero.
Yeah. And he has a bond with her, which I respect that. I do respect it, but I don't know, man. I just, celebrities and wanting to get married and all this stuff, it just seems, I mean, you just see it. It don't last. So I wish him luck, but
the only different thing for me seeing them was that they went the private route. Like, they just came out like, we's married now, like yesterday. And it's like, what?
We'll see. Every first interview sounds great when you get married.
It does. But like I said, I'm happy to have some good news, and to see that no matter what the fire was on her feet, like, do you know how many people were like, even her people, she even said, even my people are like, you're crazy. Like, are you serious? Like, this man is in the middle of a case for domestic violence and the worst of the worst. And
she knows him. I mean, she knows him, and he's been vulnerable, and this everything got dropped. And I think that they're even talking about bringing back all the Marvel movies and stuff that he was in that they put on the shelf.
Oh, so, really?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a new movie out. And I mean, I respect anybody that sticks with somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
When everybody is encouraging you not to, and you're like, no, I think this is what I'm going to do. And to think, that she was with the pastor and everybody was like, how she this and that. But I'm just happy for them. And I was happy to see that they went and got married. I was like, oh, because I thought it was going to be like a long engagement. Right. Like, oh, that, it's good for publicity. They got engaged. It'll be long. And they just was like, mommy, whatever they call their mother, ma and mommy, come to the house. Ma, you officiate. We don't even want a pastor outside of this that could go tell. Because, if you tell him, you get a pastor, he could get some money. Like, yeah, they get married on the 5th. Come over to the chapel. So, congratulations, Megan Good. Like, congratulations to you guys.
Wish y'all the best.
We pray that it all works out in y'all favor, being that y'all have seen each other at your highest. And he saw at her lowest, because remember, she was going through the divorce. Right. And the whole church was tearing her up. Like, they was tearing Megan, and I ain't talking about Megan Stallion. They was tearing Megan Good up about that, how she was dressing and all of that stuff. And that was a hard season for her, that everybody was blaming the divorce on her. But we wish her well.
She's a wife again.
Yeah. And he ain't no pastor, so she get to wear what she want. And, he enjoys looking at her clearly, because you could just see when he looking at her on a red carpet, like she like an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer. He like, yes. So congratulations. And now we're going to get to our health and wellness segment, which is our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a health and wellness tip of the week to take with you, and we encourage you to use it. Lamar?
Yes. Definitely. Keep telling y'all these same things, and we're getting older every day. Men, you got to get on your supplement game. You got to get on your supplement game. I just started taking zinc and magnesium again. Remember, zinc and magnesium, guys, are the two that you need. Because why? Testosterone. Zinc is good for testosterone, and magnesium is for stress management, health, energy, and nerve and muscle function. So I'm not going to, it's 5 of them. I'm going to give you 2 because I want you to start taking zinc and magnesium. Those are the 2 most important that you should take as a supplement. And like Tray says, consult with your doctor first. We're not physicians.
Oh, good job. High five. I taught you well. Look at you. So my health and wellness tip is, this is a mental wellness tip more than a supplement or anything about your body. It's just, stop trying to control things that you have no control over, because it will stress you out. And I'm saying that because as I go on this journey, we usually share these things because we're doing them. Again, I don't have a car this week, and I started stressing myself out, and I don't have control over the situation. So I had to sit my little self down and say, listen, there's really nothing you could do about this right now. Because I didn't know what they were going to say about the car. So I was like, should I rent a car? Because they told it yesterday. So I was like, should I rent a car? But then I was like, wait to find out. Maybe you're going to get the car back tomorrow. So stop trying to be in control of everything, and control what you can and let go of what you can, because stress will kill you faster than anything else. So that's my tip for today. Stop trying to control things you have no control of.
I'll tell you guys this. We in Generation X, I watched Bill Burr over the weekend, and he made a comment. He said, once you get into this 50 to 58 range, he said, that's anything can happen. So if you stress and you worry and you do that causes wear and tear on your body.
And your mind.
And your mind. You're not sleeping well. You're not getting the nutrients you need and stuff like that. That's why the older you get, you got to set these habits and start laying the foundation, because after 55, It's going to get tougher. It's going to get tougher, and you got to go ahead and make your mind up that this becomes a lifestyle. Because I was reading somewhere that your longevity, how long you're going to live, is determined on the strength of your legs.
The strength of your legs. Wow, I need to work my legs out. Then. These things.
I mean, it could be as simple as doing 25 squats in the morning, 25 squats at night, and that leg strength will help you go upstairs, make you, when you step off a curb, you don't fall down. You start falling down. I watched my grandmother fall quite a bit, man. And it wasn't tripping. It was just leg give out and fall.
Oh.
And you can't. That's the worst feeling. Is like you go to take a step and your whole leg just, and you fall down.
Oh no. Yeah, I know. Cause listen, I'm having some issues, and I'm just like, yo, me and my girls, we be talking like, yo, what is going on? Like, we was just talking about this the other day though, because I had texted him, right? I said, yo, check this out. I just choked on my own spit. Like, I did. Like, I thought I was about to die. I'm like, oh my goodness. And Jermaine just looking at me like he ain't no help. I was like, ah. And all I did was breathe in wrong. I was like,
I'm telling you, man, you start getting over 55, closer to 60, you got to start watching what you're doing. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Giving them life alerts. Like,
now we laugh at that, and you go like, "Shit, I live by myself. I better figure something out." You be laying on the floor, you be scooting around. That's your ass. Yeah, listen. I'm telling you.
And my girls, when I told them, they said, "Oh, you just started choking on your spit just now. Like this is your first." So we go
I
was like, "What?" They was like, "Yeah." One of my friends, she said, "I thought my hangy thing was broke." I was like, "What?" But yeah, we are, all of us, like we talk, we have a group chat, it's 5 of us in it. They're my core 4, my very best friends. And we just really going through some stuff. And like you said, it's about strengthening the foundation, like with your supplements, your muscles. So spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, we really have to be strengthened in all those areas. That's why I said about stop stressing yourself over stuff you don't have control over. And I was talking to my niece, she be worried. I'm like, yo, you can't stress yourself over that. You don't have no control over that. It's going to be okay. Things are going to work out. Whichever way they do, things are going to work out. So she's just like, okay, but then I have to tell myself. So I'm telling y'all, that's my health and wellness. With whatever you can't control, let it go. If you like me, I trust the Lord, or trust your higher power, whatever gives you peace, meditate, whatever it is, but just let it go, or it'll make you sick. So that's my health and wellness tip of the week. And Lamar, now we are going to get to our final thought of the night. What's your final thought, Lamar?
I think we're in a state of, I think people are unsure of what the future looks like and things of that nature. And I think we all should reflect, like you said, stop worrying about things you can't control. Look at it, stop looking towards the future. Start looking more inward. If you start taking care of the things that are inward, where you start really stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for your health. Stop making excuses for anything that's not benefiting you in the long run. So I challenge anybody, baby steps. Everybody, well, I'm not, listen, just start. Starting is the first thing. It's like, I tell people all the time, but the gym is about discipline. It's about getting up and going every day and making sure you go. Whether you have a great workout or not, you're training yourself to go and get into this routine to where your body goes, just like you go to sleep at a certain time. Your body gets used to the routine. So stop making excuses, guys. You're getting older. Don't wait till you're sitting in the doctor and your blood pressure is crazy, or you got diabetes or something like that. It's time now. It is absolutely time now. Stop making excuses. It really is.
Stop making excuses. Richard said, get out and go walking. It is good. Yes, Richard. Absolutely. Yes. My final thought is, what you think, what you say, and what you do is a boomerang that's coming back to find you. And I say that because Kanye West said the most disgusting thing I ever heard in a long time. He tweeted yesterday, has anybody seen Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids? They are the R word. Yeah, retarded. This is what this man tweeted live. And I'm just like, be careful what you say about other people and other people's kids, because you have your own kids. What we say out loud actually manifest in our life. The nasty, mean things that we say, and this is really like why I try to live. And again, I'm not perfect. Me and my friends, we joke and we talk or whatever, but I'm very mindful now of things that I say that are hurtful and that matter. That, like, wishing something like that on somebody's kids, or just, first of all, the kids are off limits. Period.
Absolutely.
Don't say nothing about my kids, because that's when I lose it. 3 times I lose it: my money, my kids, and my man when I have one. So don't mess around with them 3 things, and we okay. But again, be careful the things that come out of your mouth, because my mother always used to say, when you dig a hole for somebody else, make sure you dig one next to it for you, because whatever you're thinking that's going to happen to somebody else that's terrible is going to happen to you. Whatever you think is going to happen that's good for somebody else is going to happen to you. And I always have this saying, and I said this on my live a couple days ago: I've always been a giver, so I've never gone without. Never. I've never been in lack. I've had struggles, but I've never gone without to the point where it was a deficit in my life, because I've always been a giver. I've always spoken good to people. I've always thought good thoughts, told people good things. And I've done some dirt in my life, but it was never intentionally to hurt anybody. So be careful when you are intentionally trying to hurt somebody, because the people call it karma. The Bible says you reap what you sow. And in harvest season, whatever seed you planted, if you plant bitter seeds, you're going to get bitter fruit. If you plant apples, you're going to get apples. If you plant oranges, you're going to get oranges. And a lot of people plant seeds of discord and they expect to have peace. That's why that man's life is in turmoil. That's why he's in turmoil right now, because you didn't just spit so many different negative seeds in the world that is all coming back in you and on you. So watch your mouth.
Worry about self, work on yourself. You'll be a better person.
Watch your every time. Just watch your mouth. And I know it's hard for us. We're humans. We flawed. But we have the capacity to have self-control if we just are self-aware and we work on ourselves. Me and Lamar talk about this all the time. We've done a lot of work on ourselves, because trust me, back in the day, I was a hot, ghetto, sizzling mess.
I was an emotional wreck. I was a roller coaster.
Oh, see, but once you work on yourself, you could be the light in somebody's life and not even know it, just by the way that you live. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, this is Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, because sharing is caring. Make sure you leave comments and hit the bell for notifications so you see when we go live and when our other shows come on. So be blessed. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Same time, same station. I'm Tray Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
You can find me at Tray Kearney on Instagram, and you can find him
MAR_T_HALL13.
We love y'all. Peace and blessings.